You ready?
Hello, thank you for coming to our interview. I see that you have submitted your resume in regard to our pretrial case management position.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right, I just have a few questions that I would like to ask you today. My name is Gloria Reed, and I'm so thankful that you came in.
Okay, nice to meet you, Gloria.
Well, thank you
I'm
very much.
Granisha.
Nice to meet you. Okay. First of all, I would like for you to tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been a member of the Grand Avenue Club for 10 years, which has given me a lot of experience in human services and how social work programs work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm currently a student at Milwaukee Area Technical College, about to get my degree in human services.
Oh.
And I would also like to continue on to one of the four-year colleges in the area.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much for that answer. Tell us about your education.
Well, throughout the years, I've tried a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like I said, I'm in human services
Mm-hmm.
and I've taken the appropriate courses, interview skills, group work skills, uh, documentation and record keeping. So I've developed those skills that are appropriate for the position.
Okay. And what courses were especially valuable to you in your studies?
I would say the documentation and record keeping.
Okay. And what did you like about that?
It helped me learn how to properly fill out everything because I thought you just write everything down, but there's actually specific criteria and code that you go by when filling everything out. So it was really good to know that. And I learned a lot in interview skills, what I need to improve, and so I'm still uh, getting a lot from that class.
Okay. All right. And what types of volunteer experience have you had?
I've had 10 years of experience
Oh, really?
at the Grand Avenue Club.
Okay.
And we do a lot of, I did a lot of outreach, um, reaching out to people in the community to make sure they're coming to the clubhouse on a regular basis so they don't miss out on anything. I've worked on our daily newspaper and editing that and putting that together,
Oh, okay.
and worked at the art collective putting together art shows.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very good. Very good. Tell me about the time, either when volunteering or at school or on a job, where you went above and beyond.
Again, at the Grand Avenue Club,
Mm-hmm.
they needed someone to go to Colorado
Mm-hmm.
voluntarily. Like, this is not paid or anything. And then I'd never flown before,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was nervous, and they wanted me to speak on behalf of the young adult program at the clubhouse. So I went with another social worker to Colorado and spoke at Clubhouse International to hundreds of other clubhouses around the world about our young adult program.
Oh,
And so it
wow.
motivated them to want to copy the program. So that was a big deal.
Oh, that was above and beyond. All right. Why did you choose the human services profession?
Well, for me personally, I've been through a lot, and the human services profession is what's been with me throughout the last 15 years.
Okay.
And at first, I wanted to get into art and design, but as I volunteered with Grand Avenue Club, more I realized I really wanted to get into human services and helping people.
Okay. All right. And what qualifications do you have that would make you successful at this job?
I have a lot of experience uh, with mental illness and with the criminal justice system. And I know through volunteering at the Grand Avenue Club how to navigate the system and how to get to multiple types of resources.
Why are you interested in working with this agency?
Well, this agency has done a lot for me personally, and I want to be able to pay it forward in the same way. And I want people to have the same opportunities that I've had.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question again, and I'm going to ask you to be a little more specific. Why are you interested in working for this agency? Please be specific.
This agency um, is in the heart of Milwaukee, and there is a lot that needs to be done with mental illness and law and criminal justice. there's a lot that needs to be done here.
Okay, and why do you say so? What makes you think a lot needs to be done?
Because there's been a lot of stuff going on in the news with people uh, with mental illness being harmed or dying either in the streets or in the jails and prisons, and that needs to stop. So with diversion treatment, we would divert them away from being in there in the first place and give them the proper help they need.
Good. Very, very good. Thank you. What can you bring to this agency?
I can bring my years of experience. I can bring my adaptability. I've moved around a lot. I've lived in California. I've lived in Oregon and Milwaukee now for 20 years. And just each state had a different multicultural background that I was able to adapt to. And so I also have years of experience with mental health and how to navigate the system and getting resources for myself and for others.
Okay. What motivates you to produce high quality work?
What motivates me is the need for people to get better. The need for people to get better treatment for mental health and to avoid going to jail or prison when there are way better options. And that's what keeps me motivated.
Okay, and what motivates you to have a good attendance record?
What motivates me to have a good attendance record is I think about all the people who've helped me and what would have happened if they didn't show up. And I'm like, how many opportunities would I have missed out if those workers didn't show up? And I put myself in that position. What happens if I don't show up? And that's devastating. So.
Okay, and what motivates you to get along with coworkers and management?
What motivates me to get along is a need for peace. I've been in stressful environments and dramatic environments, and there's not a lot of peace, so a lot of work doesn't get done. People don't want to work, and I want to work in an environment where we are at peace. I don't like drama. I don't want to bring drama, and I don't want to exacerbate drama. So that's motivates me to get along with everyone.
All right, thank you. Tell me about a time you had a conflict with either Tell me about a time you had a conflict either when volunteering or at school or on a job with a coworker, a supervisor, or with a customer client, and how you resolved it.
Well, there was a time volunteering. I was editing our daily newspaper, The Source, and the program director had told me that I could have my article in the quarterly newspaper. And then there was a volunteering, another person volunteering as editor, and they decided my work wouldn't be in it, and so they removed it. And I was nervous about speaking up to this person because they had more experience, and they told me my work wasn't of quality. So I was just going to let it slide, but then I spoke to the program director, and the program director clarified that she had already said that my work could be in there, so he had to put my work back in that. So it was resolved professionally instead of me ignoring it and letting it slide.
Okay, good. In your opinion, how many work absences are appropriate per year?
I believe a few absences are appropriate if they're appropriately excused for sickness or properly planned vacations that are agreed upon within the agency.
Okay.
That's what I agree.
Okay, tell me about your attendance and punctuality in school and on previous jobs.
Previously, I received awards for perfect attendance in school and at work until sickness, physical and mental, had become an issue. So it would always be an excused absence. I don't enjoy taking days off work. I don't enjoy missing and having to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say.
Okay. What do you consider your greatest weakness?
My greatest weakness is waiting for everything to be perfect before I start. Instead of just doing it and see what happens, I hold back a lot because I'm waiting for the perfect moment, but I've learned there is no perfect moment, so it's better to just do things. So it's just that hesitation, waiting for perfect moments.
Okay, and what is your greatest strength?
I would say my greatest strength is being open and accepting everyone for who they are. You know, I don't like to judge people. I like to get to know people, and so I'm adaptable to a multicultural environment. And I also enjoy um, I enjoy speaking. I actually love speaking and public speaking uh, and research for companies and delving into policy work, public health policy.
All right. Just a few more questions and we will be finished with this interview.
All right.
Thank you very much. You're doing very well. I'm enjoying you. What would your last supervisor say about you?
I think my last supervisor would say that I went over and beyond. I would show up to work 30 minutes early just to hang out with other coworkers while they were on their break before I got started. And it was nice to show up early and have some food and time to just talk and hang out before going to work. And I did exactly what I was told to do, and then I would ask if anything else was needed of me.
Okay. Why should we hire you?
Well, I believe you should hire me because I really care about divergent treatment. I understand personally what it could do for someone's life, whether they're struggling with drugs and alcohol or mental health or both. And I understand getting that treatment instead of going to jail or prison, which would exacerbate their issues, would do. And I believe I would put in the time to do research for new policies and new treatments to help the program move forward.
Okay. And I just have, I'm sorry, two more questions. I thought it was just one, but I just have two more questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a good question. In 5 years, I see myself hopefully continuing to work as a pretrial diversion manager, case manager. Hopefully, either having a master's degree or working on one in human services and public health policy, and also attending events for my son who will be in high school by then, his high school event. So that would be.
Okay, wonderful. And that was the last question in regard to the interview. I just have one more directed to you, to us. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. What are some of the challenges that you've noticed interns have at Justice Point?